What's up, guys? So I had really wanted to make a video kind of discussing the GT Kid Goku trailer that we got and kind of analyzing everything they've shown us, but the thing is just so short. It's like 5 seconds long. They literally show two things. They show his medium auto combo into level 1 super, and then they show what I'm assuming is his standing heavy. It looks like his standing heavy is a power pull attack into his sort of hidden level 3 that he can only get when one character is dead. So that's it. That's all they showed. And they didn't even show the end of the level 3. They didn't even show the full animation. So there's not much to talk about there. But instead, we're going to talk a little bit about this end screen that they showed us. So Goku is coming on May 9th. So that's in a couple weeks. You know, I was really hoping to see him before the end of the month, but it is what it is. They only have 6 characters for this season, so they are really dragging them out, unfortunately. But the other thing we want to talk about is this coming soon slot here. Who's going to be going in there? So what I went ahead and did is I've assembled the top 3 characters I think are most likely to be the unannounced DLC character. So these are not the ones that I most want in that slot. I think if you ask me who's the #1 character I want in the game, it's Master Roshi. But I don't really see that as being too likely. I think he's just kind of too much of a joke, really, to make it in this pack where we already have, you know, Videl, who, you know, she's not really a joke, but she's kind of like a low power character in the lore, and I don't think they like adding too many of those in the same DLC pack. So Master Roshi I don't really see happening, even though he is my #1 pick. But we're going to talk about the ones who I actually think have a strong chance of being added. So first up, let's talk about Raddatz. So Raddatz, I think the reason why he seems likely to me is he's pretty much the most major Dragon Ball Z character who is not currently in the game. At least as far as I can think, other than stuff like other transformations for Frieza or Cell, you know, other than stuff like that, I think Raddatz is the most important to the plot character from Dragon Ball Z that is not currently in the game, unless there's one that I can't think of. Let me know down in the comments if I'm missing someone here. But I think, you know, yeah, he was like not in Dragon Ball Z for that long, but he's pretty important to the plot. He's a Saiyan. He's made a few cameos in other stuff, like he even had a cameo in the Broly movie. And I think he would be pretty cool too. I think there's some stuff they could do with him. And that way, there would also be kind of like a clean split. We would have 3 Dragon Ball Super characters, Jiren, Gogeta, and Broly. And then we would have 3 kind of old school characters being Videl, Goku, and Raddatz. So I think there'd be some nice symmetry there. So that's why he is the first pick, or I guess the third pick. I'm putting this in reverse order by how likely I think they are. Raddatz would be #3. #2, the second character who I think is most likely to be added is Kefla. I think that a lot of people have been wanting kind of more female characters in the game. There aren't that many options in Dragon Ball to choose from, so I think Kale, Khalifa, or maybe a fusion Kefla is pretty likely to be in. I think that would be a big fan favorite. And I do think that it seems like they want to put a little bit more emphasis on Dragon Ball Super this go around. In the last DLC pack, unless my math here is wrong, I'm pretty sure there were only 2 DB Super characters, being Blue Vegito and Zamasu. Everyone else was from various other stuff, be it movies like Broly or Cooler, or just classic like Base Goku and Base Vegeta. Oh yeah, I guess there was Android 17 too. He was Ranger 17 from DB Super. So that's 3 out of 8. So I wouldn't be surprised if they want to emphasize Super a little bit more this go around. And so that's why I think it would make sense for us to get Kefla. And coming down to the end of the list here, my #1 pick for who I think is most likely to be the coming soon character for the second Fighters Pass here is Janaba. So Janaba, there's a few things going for him. First of all, he's pretty heavily rumored. I think a lot of sort of rumors of like, I know a guy who knows a guy, pretty much all of those that I've heard have pointed to Janaba so far. So that's one of the main reasons. Also, he seems like a big fan favorite. Like, a lot of people want this character. When I look at my stream chat or my YouTube comments of who people want, this is by far the most common name that I see thrown around. So I think he has a good shot. He is kind of a classic character, so again, if we want to go with that symmetry there, we'll have 3 sort of newer characters and 3 classic characters in DLC Pack 2. There's kind of that notion there too. It kind of depends on whether you think they want to promote Super more or whether they want to kind of have an even mix of new sort of properties versus old properties. So if they want to do the 50-50, I think Janaba makes a lot of sense. So there's a lot that I think that they could do with him, and I think that he could be really cool. So let me know, what do you guys think? Who do you think is the most likely person for this empty slot here? Let me know down in the comments. I'd love to hear from you guys. And that's going to be it for the video. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.